Hey everybody, Luke Gordon, physical therapist here, and in this video we are talking about neck pain, and I want to walk you through 3 very common mistakes that people with neck pain make and how to avoid these mistakes so that you can get rid of your pain as quickly as possible and not deal with neck pain and headaches for longer than you need to. So I'm going to tell you those 3 mistakes here in just a minute. A little background first. The reason I'm making neck pain videos lately is because I recently crashed my snowboard, hit my head really hard, and my neck was on fire for like 2 weeks straight. So I've kind of lived through some of these mistakes recently, so that's why this is fresh in my mind. And also being a PT for the better part of 15 years, I've seen a lot of people with neck pain and they make these mistakes all the time. So again, if you have neck pain, I wanted to share these mistakes with you so that hopefully you can avoid them and get rid of your neck pain and headaches as quickly as possible. So the first mistake that you want to avoid with neck pain is thinking that basically it'll just go away on its own. Now that kind of applies to most pains. If you're like me, you're busy, you've got things going on, you don't want to spend the time and maybe the money even to get treatment for your neck pain. It's a big mistake, and people make it a lot with neck pain and headaches. And the reason people make it so commonly is because for the most part you can do your normal day activities with neck pain. You can do almost everything you need to do, it just hurts. Whereas if you have a sciatic nerve issue or a knee issue or an ankle issue, it's really going to be hard to do those activities because they affect your mobility. So again, over the last course of 15 years or so, I see a lot of folks who eventually come into PT and their neck is so stiff and so painful, and you ask them how long they've had it and they'll tell you they've had it for years. So that's the first mistake to avoid. If you have neck pain right now and you've been dealing with it and you've been trying to get rid of it on your own, if it hasn't gone away by now, more than likely it's not going away on its own, so you're going to need some help. So let's assume then for mistake number 2 that you went in and you got some help and you're working with a PT, chiropractor, massage therapist, something like that, someone who's going to help you get rid of your neck pain, improve your mobility, and improve your headaches. The second mistake you want to avoid then is cutting out your treatments too early. And again, it's really easy to do. I did it myself recently. Let me just kind of give you the backstory. I went to a friend of mine who's a really good massage therapist, and she worked on my neck, and it was amazing. She did a fabulous job, and I felt so much better. And I probably felt, within the next day or so, I probably felt about 60 to 80% better. And I was in a ton of pain. Like I could not move my head to the side. I could hardly turn it. It was keeping me up at night, waking me up several times. And so she did an amazing job. And then that's all I did is I did one treatment. I got 60 to 80% better. And then unfortunately, within the next week or so, I went snowboarding again, did some things, life, whatever. And then it started to get worse again. And so I just prolonged the misery because I didn't feel like going back to see her again. It's hard for me to make time during my day to do the treatment. I can afford to see her, although I don't like to pay for things in general because that's just how I am. But so that's a huge mistake to avoid. So whether you have a big out-of-pocket cost or not a very big out-of-pocket cost, if the treatments are helping and they're working and they're making you feel better, keep going until you get 100% better to the point where not only do you not have the pain, but you have full motion. You can bend side to side fully. You can go forward and back, and you can rotate. For me, I could go forward and back the whole time. My facet joints would lock as soon as I would try to go to the sides, and everything was just so tight and guarded. So again, that's the second mistake to avoid. If you're doing treatment and the treatment is going well for you, then keep going until you get full motion, full mobility, and your pain level is back down to where you want it to be. Don't cut out at 60 or 80% better like I did. So don't make the same mistakes I did. So that's mistake number 2. The last mistake I want you to try to avoid if you can is if you are going to see particularly a physical therapist, the mistake you want to avoid is getting a PT or working with a PT who only does exercises and stretches and doesn't do a lot of hands-on. Again, in my case, I went to a massage therapist because that's completely hands-on. That was amazing for my neck pain. Here at the PT clinic, we do majority of our work with neck pain and headaches is hands-on. Yes, we're going to do corrective exercises and stretches, and I've got some stretches and exercises for neck pain that I'll link at the end of this video if you want to check those out. Those are very helpful, but for the most part, if you have a neck like I had where it's really painful, really tight, you're going to need someone who's really good at getting in there with their hands. And again, it could be a PT, chiropractor, massage therapist, but avoid that third mistake if you can. If you're working with a therapist, specifically a PT, who is only giving you exercise-based stuff, more than likely if you're not seeing the results within the first couple visits, they're not coming. So avoid that mistake if you can. Talk to your therapist about doing more hands-on, or just switch therapists if you need to, or look for another one. Or switch up to massage or chiropractic if you need to. So anyhow, those are my 3 mistakes to avoid. Again, if you have neck pain, you've been dealing with it for a while, I hope those help you. I hope you're not putting it off for too long with mistake number 1. And I'll link some stuff here at the end for stretches and exercises and stuff like that. Please like and subscribe before you go, and I would always appreciate a comment. Something positive to make me smile would be much appreciated. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.